So I just gave somebody a ride, and I was listening on. Unfortunately, you don't have a choice to eavesdrop sometimes. You know what I mean? As much as you don't want to, you just eavesdrop, and or eavesdrop. I don't know how to say it, but some way like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. And they were speaking Spanish, but it was a woman. She went to go pick up her kid and from school, and she's speaking in Spanish, and the kid's speaking in English. And I had, at the end of the ride, before she got out of the car, I had to ask her. I said, "I'm sorry, can I ask you a question?" And she said, "Yes, go ahead." And I said, "Where are you from? Because your Spanish is some of the most beautiful Spanish I've ever heard." And I was like, "Your accent is amazing. I've never heard an accent like that." I thought it was Italian at first, but I recognized too many of the words. I know it was Spanish. She's like, "You have a very good ear." She's like, "I'm from Argentina, but people say that Argentinians speak Spanish like they have an Italian accent." And it made me laugh. Like, that's exactly what it sounds like. You know what I mean? It sounds like an Italian speaking Spanish. But it was some of the most beautiful Spanish I've ever heard in my life. And very clear, very, very clear. A lot of the problems I have when I'm speaking Spanish or when I'm listening to somebody speak Spanish is that they either talk so fast or they talk with such a, like just a, like such a quick and I don't know what to call it, but you can't hear the words very clearly a lot of the times. So it's like it's harder for me to understand, especially with Cubans. Cubans, I find, are some of the hardest people to understand when they talk their Spanish, because they talk so quickly and they just talk like and it's like I couldn't even hear what you were saying, dude. I couldn't even make out the words, bro. Like, slow down. But out of all the Spanish speaking people I've ever heard right now, I think Argentinians have to be some of the most beautiful sounding and clearest to hear and all that stuff. So if you're ever looking to practice your Spanish and you're not a Spanish speaker, not a native Spanish speaker, and you want to practice, find an Argentinian, because it's very easy to understand. I understand everything she was saying. And I mean, normally that happens, but I have to sit here and think about it and like translate it in my head. And when she was speaking, it was more like I already knew, because it was so clear and she was slow and steady, and it was beautiful. So I don't know, I just had to make a video about that because I'm just sitting here working, not doing anything else. God bless. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.